Alright, so hello. Yeah, today we are going to be making some rainbow pops. They're going to be blueberry flavor. So we have all our colors out here. We have a little bit of citric acid that's going to help us with our blueberry flavoring right here. Just give it a little bit of a punch. And right now we're just going to go ahead and light up our batch. So we have some sugar and a little bit of water, and that's all we need to start. So now we're just mixing it, getting rid of all of our clumps. Just getting it to a smooth state. Once that's nice smooth liquid, then we are good to go. Now we just have to wait for this to boil. Then we can add our glucose, which is just like basically a sugar syrup. So we have some sugar, and then we're gonna add a little bit more sugar. And then all this water is gonna boil out. So what we're left with is a lot of sugar. So we're just going to move it over to the thing first so we don't light ourselves on fire. All right. And away we go. Some good blueberry. All right, some good. All right, let's go for it, sir. So, yeah, around here. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that bar set up though. All right. Yeah, start out with this guy. So right now we are adding our primary colors for our rainbow. So we have a little bit of yellow, we have a little bit of blue, and we're not going to actually use red. We're going to use a little bit of pink, which is just going to honestly help our violet out a little bit. Let's see. So once we have all of this added in, then we can actually cut it apart, and that's when we'll have our different colored bricks that we can form into our hard candy. But right now, this is all basically a controlled cooling process, we call it. So the sugar itself is constantly cooling down. And this table that we're on is like actually a nice, it has a water jet that runs through it, so that'll help us cool it down if we need to cool it down a little bit faster. And then from there, we're just trying to keep it hot though. So once this candy reaches actual room temperature, it'll be as hard as a rock, and that's what makes it hard candy. The difference between hard candy and taffy, for example, is taffy just cooks to a lower temperature, so it never hardens. Surprising enough, that'll be fine. Gonna add a little bit of blue. There we go. White. So the white food coloring though is just a little bit of titanium dioxide. which has a very large and scary name, but really all it is just natural white food coloring. That's just gonna help our candy just pop a little bit more. We don't need much of that at all. So this will be the inside of our candy as well as our actual pinstripes. Go. Cool. This is a little bit of citric acid. So there are about 3 different types of acid that people use for candy. You have your malic acid, tartaric acid, and citric. We use citric just because it is the most natural of all of them. It's just a little bit easier for your body to digest. There we go. Mix that in. All right, beauty. So now we're hitting a little water tap that's shooting cold water right through the core of this table, helping us cool this down much quicker. You can do this on marble like they used to do, but it would take us like 25 minutes to cool it down. This way, it'll only take us about 5 minutes. So that's pretty nice. Now we're just gonna actually split our bars. There we go. Pop that one right down there. Boom. Yellow goop. There's our pink. So the actual process itself is not too time sensitive while we cook it, but once we get to this point, it's quite time sensitive. But like I said, it's kind of a controlled cooling process. So right now, this candy is actually just currently cooling down rather quickly on this table. And we want to keep it at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So right now, it's probably around 250-ish. We poured it out around 300, making it nice and toasty for us. Right now, we're just trying to even up our colors. But yeah, so it's pretty time sensitive once you actually get moving with it. So you can already see some parts are already becoming kind of hard while the rest is still quite liquidy. So if we were to just let it sit on this table, it would all become hard like that really quickly. So as long as we're moving it around enough and keeping that temperature nice and even throughout, should kind of become like really nice, dangerous Play-Doh, you know? So basically we just kind of knead it over and over again, kind of like we're playing with dough, till we get it so it's all just one nice consistent texture. We don't have any lumps in there, nothing like that.
So this is actually a taffy puller. So when we're running taffy, we turn the machine on and the hooks, they'll rotate. But when we only need a stationary hook, then we could just set it up wherever you feel comfortable, whatever height, and you just pull it like this. But if we tried to run hard candy like this through this machine, it would cool it too quickly and then it might get brittle. So this does a couple of things. This aerates the candy a little bit cools it down a little bit, and also when we aerate it, it just brightens up the white color. So you can see it's starting to expand a little bit in size because we're adding air to it. Each time we flap this around, it's pulling on those sugar chains. It's getting it nice and white. So now, this is still nice and hot and pliable and soft. So I'm going to bring it over.
Now you take this guy once that's all good. And you're just gonna mix that till it's a nice, beautiful, beautiful orange. Oh no, you're good. Yep, so basically this is gonna be what we call our casing, all the colors, all our rainbow. And then the white is gonna be our negative space, or in this case, our pinstripes as well. So now, we're just going to separate our colors with this. Using a little bit of water. So basically, it just kind of exposes the sugar, like all the sugar molecules on like a little molecular level. And just makes it, so it basically just acts as like a glue for this. Yeah, it just exposes the sugar crystals in a different way. All right, now we're ready to make it small. Good old gravity. right, so we actually just finished making some nice rainbow colored blueberry pops. These things are actually incredibly tasty. All the colors are all the same, as we said. And yeah, I mean, these things are ready to go. That's how you make blueberry pops.